Now it's the most fun part, road test. Let's see what 280 horsepower can do. All right, here we go. So right now, I set this car on an eco mode, so it's now roaring. It's rather quiet, right? But once I switch to normal or sports mode, it roars a little bit more. So times like this, when I need to cut in or need to accelerate, let me switch the mode to normal. This is Avante N. So what this baby can do is it's gonna happen once you press this N button. Once this car was the first time released, right? Like everybody was having just too much fun because it is so pleasurable to listen to all the sound coming out of the exhaust tips, right? So right now, like I said, it's on a sports mode, but I'm gonna switch it to N mode. So press this button and you can see the cluster and the infotainment system. All this graphics, it changes. It gives you all these numbers, right? So here, like customize, custom 1, custom 2. So you can like literally customize it like however you want it, but then it's pretty cool. I mean, like right now, yeah, engine, I guess it's at the peak. Steering wheel, it's a pretty stiff. Suspension and all that. So you can change it accordingly. You know, you can change it to your own taste. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So this is the screen that you're gonna see once you press the N button. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the sound has gotten a little bit louder. It's wilder. Going inside a tunnel, and I'm gonna let you hear some popcorn sound, you know what I mean? Oh, did you hear that? Oh, that's nice. But one thing I gotta tell you about the brake works really good, but then you don't have too much the brake pressure in the beginning. So you will have to rather push it like, you know, you have to push it rather like, how can I say? You have to push it like pretty deep, because I'm not saying the brake is not working, but then, you know, like Santa Fe's and all that, even the tipping or tapping on the brake pedal, I can feel the pressure. I can actually feel the brake is trying to, like, you know, close it in, so to make sure that your car is stopping. But this car has a different setting. So if you just press the brake pedal like deeply, right, it will stop. But then the setting, I just wanted to tell you that the setting is rather a little different from other Hyundai cars. So yeah, just press it deeply, it will stop it. But then when I was test driving like Santa Fe's or even Kia Sorentos and all that, it had a really good response. Even just tapping on the brake pedal, you can feel, okay, it's about to stop. But then Avante N, you will have to rather press it deeply. Man, this is addictive. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is... And you know, there's a red button right here. It says NGS. It stands for N Grid Shift. So basically, if you press this button, you're gonna juice out everything that this car has for about 10-20 seconds. So right now, because there are too many cars, I can use it. And plus there is a 5.0. so as I was telling earlier, except the graphics, like the interior, there hasn't been much changes. I mean, to be honest, I can really tell. So everything else is a pretty, you know, same from the previous generation. Keep in mind that this is a facelift model, so the biggest changes will be about the chassis. So suspension and all that, I heard from the owners who actually purchased the Avante N, the very first generation, right? When they tested the facelift model, they said the suspension and all that, it has gotten so much better. It controls better. So beside all that, like, you know, it has LSD and all that, so it makes your driving so much more fun. You know, having LSD and not having LSD, it makes a huge difference, especially when you're when you're making a good like cornering or making a a sudden change in lanes and stuff. So yeah, but right now it's not a really good time because there are so many cars. But then just wanted to show you, even by listening to sound of the exhaust, you can tell that, all right, well, this is a fun car. It's somewhat, I wouldn't say it's a super high performance, but it's rather, I mean, it's Avante. So just put it this way, just driving regular Honda Civic and Type R. You know what I mean? This is like Type R version of a Hyundai. So, suspension, yeah, it's hard. But then even when you're going over speedy bumps or a bumpy road right here, yeah, I can feel everything, but then I don't have too much impact on my back. And plus the bucket seat, it holds me in a position. So yeah, it's just like driving my car, Honda Prelude, right? It's fun. Oh my God. I don't want to get a ticket. I don't want Mr. Chung's to discontinue the free testing free testing cars. Thank you, Mr. Chung. We love you. This is I wish the pedal shifter was a little bit longer, but still, I mean, I don't have too much time shifting or using it, so yeah, but I wish the pedal shifter was a little bit longer, just to make your driving a little bit more comfortable, but it's okay. This is a rather fun car, so when you are driving fun car, it's usually performance orientated, but Hyundai has been elevating. They have been adopting all these crazy features, so it has everything too, like LKA, smart cruise control system and everything. So yeah, I mean, you can see it on the steering wheel. It has lane keeping assistance, highway driving assistant, smart cruise control system. So everything that you have been seeing from my other reviews from other cars, right? You can see it from here too. And then unlike other Hyundai cars, the emblem and even the keys, right? Even the keys right here, it has an N logo in the back, and here is not silver, it's black. Even the N logo on the steering wheel, it's black. So it gave you like a sportier look. Hey, I am 2.0, but I am high performance. So yeah, for about $30,000 approximately, right? I think you can still have a lot of fun. Even when I was reviewing like an old Avante, right? Before the facelift, I mean, still, it has gotten so much bigger in size. So even if you are using it as a family sedan, I don't think that there will be too much a problem. Of course, comparing this car to like Sonatas or G80s or something like that, I mean, those are another level. It's just so much bigger, so you have a more space to actually, enjoy the ride. But still, this is, is a rather smaller compared to, Sonatas and, G80s, all that, right? But still, it doesn't mean that just because it's smaller than G80s and Sonatas, it doesn't mean it is uncomfortable. So, well, in this car, maybe it will be a different case because suspension is rather hard compared to just a normal model. Why? Because it's a performance car, right? So, but then even when I'm driving in a city road, and then, well, some pavement is good, some are rough, but then even when I'm going over rough pavement without using the brake, still I can feel how the road condition is, or what the road condition is like, but it doesn't mean that I'm feeling uncomfortable. I mean, I do feel what the road is like, but then, yeah, I don't get too much impact on my back. Alright, so far I'm having so much fun. Going through the tunnel, I will let you hear the popcorn sound. You hear that? Oh my God, this is so addictive. Oh man, seriously? Like, wow. I didn't have too much respect for Hyundai because, as you all know, I am, JDM fanatic. Like, I love how when the VTEC kicks in, like it drives me really crazy. But then right now driving the Avante N, aka Elantra, like every time there's a popcorn sound that pops out, like it's amazing. It amazes me so much. Like listen to this. Yeah. Oh my God, this is crazy. It's so much fun. And I'm sure, like if you're driving AMG or M, performance, yeah, it's so much faster, so much more powerful. But I'm saying, with a Hyundai and having this much fun, it's worth the money. That's most definite. All this customization right now is at the peak. So, whatever you do, it's pretty extreme. Like I'm pushing out everything that this car can push out. So suspension is pretty stiff, but yet, like I told you, it's not very hurting. It's like even when you're going over rough pavement or speedy bumps, it doesn't give you too much impact on your back. The chassis, the suspension is rather stiff compared to a normal model. So but then still it's comfortable enough to have fun. But seriously, like the most fun part is when you are making the popcorn sound. It's crazy, guys. You gotta try this. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there are many upgraded parts for this car too, because I mean it's a Hyundai, and I'm sure if you want to upgrade it or make it faster, tune up a little bit more, I'm sure there are many more parts than you can modify with. But even the stock itself is pretty fun, so yeah, I don't think it's really necessary. 야, 이거 너무 재밌는데 이거. Hyundai. Like I told you, I'm having already so much fun. I'm already having so much fun driving Avante N, and I cannot imagine how fun it will be driving the Ioniq 5N. Man, we're living in a whole different world. I thought Honda Civics Type R is like, oh my God, it's probably the best valued fun tune-up cars like in the market. But now, Hyundai. I love you, Mr. Chung. Wow, it's really fun. So for the whole time I'm driving, it's like the seat position is rather low. I'm very used to driving, the low-seated, vehicle. So if you are trying this car for the first time, it may feel a little awkward for you, but then you will eventually get used to it. But because this car has the bucket seat, driving this car the whole time, I never have been pushed, even when I'm switching lane, even making a U-turn. My driving position stays still because I guess it's thanks to the bucket seat. Yeah, the bucket seat itself is not so. Like when you are getting out and getting on the car, yeah, like my leg slightly touches the steering wheel, but once you are seated, it's very comfortable. Everybody knows how the bucket seat feels like. So getting in and getting out of the car, it might be a little hassle, but it's not so bad. But once you are fully seated, it's very comfortable. Like your driving position is very fixed. You don't get pushed away. Yeah. My co-editor was like, "Oh, how about switching to eco mode?" I was like, I don't want to. Why? It's so much fun. Any other cars, the Hyundai cars, is you can just pump a regular gasoline. But then even this Avante N, right? You can't. Yeah, there's no problem just using regular gasoline. But then premium, the high octane gasoline is recommended, and I think it's because again it's a high performance car. Higher octane in the gasoline, more explosive, I guess, less knocking. If I were the Avante N driver, I will probably have a couple of octane booster ready in the trunk just in case. There have been minor changes, exterior and interior. Like interior is like almost identical from the previous generation. I mean, again, this is the facelift model, but then as I showed you earlier, there are minor changes in design on the bumper, headlamps, and the rear bumper as well. The side, I couldn't really tell any differences. But this is what pleases me. Oh man, this is like a drug. You hear that? Oh, I'm sorry, maybe I ate something wrong. I ate too much last night. You know, I purposely accelerate and then let go of the accelerator, and then the popcorn sound, the popcorn sound comes out, right? And then everybody walking on the street just started looking at us. I'm like, what the hell is going on? There's like a military training or something, like right now. 와, 이 미쳤다 진짜. Even when you are using pedal shift, like you can actually feel that it is a shifting from the first gear to second gear to third gear, but like the way it shifts, the feeling of it is really direct. And I think it's because it has a DCT, you know, the dual clutch, right? So when it's shifting gears, like I said again, it's really directly connected. It's like very well shifting. You might be saying, it's like, why is this guy like acting, you know, just too crazy? It's only, you know, 2.0 turbo with a 280 horsepower. But then we didn't have too many cars like this, you know, in our car history in South Korea. So it was not too recent, like I said. And then Hyundai engineers have been done really great job making really fun cars at very affordable price. And we are passing the Hyundai headquarters. I just want to make a shout out to Mr. Chung. Mr. Chung, thank you for the testing car. Yes, so to sum it up, it's a really fun car. I can't tell you no more than what I can say at the moment. It's a really fun car and it's a really affordable. Well, some people might say, or people like my wife say, oh my God, this car is too loud. But people like me, we actually enjoy it. We are car enthusiasts, and if you like, you know, to speed once in a while and, you know, like indirectly experience like racing on a track or something like that, right? Yeah, it's definitely Avante N is one of the considerations that you have to make. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's not really super fancy, but then for its price range and for the performance that it provides, I think it's a really good vehicle. And I'm very happy that Hyundai has been making really good cars lately. Yeah, if you are curious about, I mean, I'm sure that you can, you know, tell how much fun I'm having, because for the whole time I'm smiling, and then I can't stop listening to this sound, you know what I mean? So if you want to know about this car so much, right, I guess it's best for you to try it for yourself at your local dealer. So many of you ask me like, oh, what's the release date in the US and here and there? Well, I don't really know. So it's better for you to actually ask your local dealers. I am a car reviewer. I'm not a dealer, so I cannot provide you the exact launching or releasing date in the US or in the Middle East or wherever you are watching the video from. But yes, it is definitely worth trying. It's a really fun. It's a, I'll just put it, it's a little machine, a little fun machine. Thanks for watching the video. and we'll come back with a better reviews next time. Hyundai Avante. Goodbye, guys.